All right, we got a cross screen here. First of all, this can't happen. This player has no idea what his man's doing. His man's setting a cross screen. So if you did know, you'd be here because you have to jam this player as he comes through this cross screen so this player can get on the other side. And you don't do that. Okay, what is Dylan Brooks doing here? I mean, Luke Kennard bites on a pump fake here, but Eric Gordon's dribble is not alive anymore. So you should be up here. Luke Kennard's recovering. His dribble's gone. So why are you, what are you doing standing there? Okay, so if Ja Morant is coming to double stop, then Xavier Tillman should not be going towards the ball because he's going to have to be ready to rotate. So when this pass gets thrown here, this player rotates here, you rotate here. I mean, that's what has to happen. Okay, and then Dylan Brooks will go here, finish it off. But see, Xavier Tillman's just going to no man's land, and he is in no position now to rotate. If you're Luke Kennard, you can never guard like this with your back to your man, so you're not even ready to guard Westbrook here. Then Westbrook catches the ball, and look what you do. You're leaning into a screen that wasn't set yet. So when Russell Westbrook turns here to post you up and you're Ja Morant, okay, stop. He's turning to post you up. You now need to get up into Russell Westbrook right here because you've got to initiate contact with him, okay? Like, look, if you're not doing that, look at all Russell Westbrook's doing is pushing you back, and that's giving him all the ground he needs. So this is a cross screen right here. Ja Morant needs to be attached to his man. As this player comes through, you jam him as he comes through to knock him off a spot so this player can get on the other side, okay? But you don't do what Ja Morant's doing. Because now, look, now you're just ending up fronting the post with no backside help. And that doesn't really work. Not lean towards the screen early. Look at this Grizzlies player. You lean towards the screen. You get beat the other way every time. Okay, so whenever Russell Westbrook has the ball in the open floor, backpedaling's not going to work. Because you know when he turns on the Jets, you're going to have no chance of guarding him if you're backpedaling. So this player needs to sprint back into defensive stance with his feet set. Now here, you end up just backpedaling and Russell Westbrook just sticks a 3 in your eye. I mean, again, this effort level in transition is just not going to get it done. You got to sprint back. You got to get into defensive stance with your feet set. This is just what is happening here. So what is that? Is this Grizzlies player going under? Then it seems like he's surprised that the screen's coming. That's a problem. Luke Kennard needs to communicate that, but you can't make contact with the screener if you go under. You got to go directly under. Like you're making contact with the screener. So look what happens. I mean, so this is a terrible switch. The Grizzlies right here stop. I mean, Ja Morant has switched to the screen. Now, did Ja Morant say something is the question, because you can never assume someone's switching. But somehow the communication gets lost. This player obviously has to take the screener here, and that isn't what happens. If you're not switching this ball screen here, then Luke Kennard needs to stay with Eric Gordon. Like, this player's not switching, so stay with Eric Gordon. See, look at this. You're still standing around, and now Eric Gordon is just open. What is Dylan Brooks doing here? The Grizzlies are switching the screen. So why is he moving towards where the screen is? They just switched. Get out. What are you... Okay, if you're switching the screen, you need to be up and ready to guard Russell Westbrook. See, the fact that your feet are not set at all. So I know that Russell Westbrook isn't a great shooter. He's about to hit a 3. But even if Russell Westbrook wanted to drive, he'd be easily able to get around you right now. Look at your feet. So, yeah. This is absurd. Russell Westbrook's in the post. This player cannot be in the charge circle when his man is in the corner. Please. We already have Dylan Brooks coming over. That's plenty. I mean, come on. Wow. Okay, if you want to play in the gaps, you have to have your feet set and in a defensive stance. Look at Dylan Brooks here. Look at his feet. Not set. His feet are you're moving inward now. You have no chance of getting outward. It's rip and go. Again, the Grizzlies are conceding this switch too early. Guard the ball. If you get screened and this player comes off the screen, this player can guard. But look at this Grizzlies player. He's already committing to a switch. He hasn't come off the screen yet, and you're walking into a screen on your own. So this is in transition. You got to just focus on sprinting back. Don't worry about the ball when it's across half court. See, this player's not going to be sprinting back. Look at it. He's looking at the ball, so he wasn't sprinting back. So now he's not going to... There it is again. You're committing to a switch way too early. This is unbelievable. The same thing. Guard the ball. When a screen comes, the switch happens. Look at this. This player is walking into and committing to a switch now. This player hasn't come off the screen. This player is not ready to guard the ball. Oh, my God. Want to get in the gaps defensively. You got to have your feet set in a defensive stance. Look at this Grizzlies player here. Look at it. You're coming inward. You have no way of getting back out to Bones Island now. There's way too much jogging right here, specifically this Grizzlies player. It is humongous that you sprint back and get ahead of the ball. See, look at this jogging here. That is a major issue. So now this player can't just stay with Plumlee. He's got to step up and take the ball. And okay, there's a deflection, but there's still nobody guarding Plumlee. You are guarding the ball. The only focus can be the ball. Look at this Grizzlies player. You can see, so Plumlee's going to come set a screen, and you're going to look at this Grizzlies player. You can see him leaning towards the screen already, feeling it out. That's why you're getting beat the other way. Okay, it is the same thing. Look at this player here, leaning towards the screen. You get beat the other way. So we have a problem here. The Grizzlies are trying to hedge a ball screen here. First of all, there's a down screen coming, and Ja Morant's feet aren't set. So look at Ja Morant. He's going backwards as Bones Highland's coming this way. So look, the Grizzlies are going to try and hedge a screen where Ja Morant, can't do it. Player has zero chance of guarding Bones Highland like this. Look at this. You're not in a defensive stance. You're backpedaling. Okay, so stop guarding one-on-one because that's just unproductive. Dylan Brooks is in the gaps here, so get up and play on Bones Highland's side. This player can stunt. Feet are set. He's in a defensive stance to be able to recover. But again, you're trying to guard him one-on-one, and you can't do that.